We're back out in Capital State Forest again today. So what we're going to do today is shoot different groups with the Savage 110 Elite Precision in Hornady Match 120 grain ELD, Hornady Match 140 grain ELD. I've already shot these groups with the Ruger Precision Rifle. We've already shot groups with both the Ruger Precision Rifle and the Savage with the Nosler 140 grain boat tails. And then we're going to shoot groups with both the Savage and the Ruger in this Federal Premium 140 with Sierra Match Kings, as well as the Sig Sauer Marksman Elite 140 grain. And then we're going to compare the group between the Ruger and the Savage 110 Elite Precision in 6.5 Creedmoor. All right, we are right at 99 yards. We have the Tacticam hooked up onto the Arken EP5. This is a different Arken than the type that I have on the Sig Cross hunting rifle that we've been reviewing. This is their higher end model, the EP5 instead of the SH4. We'll be using our Tacticam to spot. I thought that we were going to use the spot shot on the spotting scope, but again, having more technical difficulties with that product and app. So I went to use the phone scope, and I can't find the lens ring that goes onto the spotting scope. So we will not be using a camera on the spotting scope today. We're going to start off with Hornady Match. This is 120 grain ELD, the lighter of the two Hornady Match bullets. We also have a Hornady Match in 140 grain that we'll be shooting next. Both of these shot decent groups in the Ruger Precision Rifle. The Nosler did not shoot that well in the Ruger Precision Rifle, but last week when I was out here, it shot very well in this. So currently the Nosler is the bullet to beat. Glasses are going to be in the way and fog up. However, I don't want to scope myself again, having this extra 2 inches of scope, which does not change your eye relief to the scope. So instead of having 3 inches of eye relief or so, I have about 1 inch of eye relief. All right, so we will aim for the center low target. Alright, I can see the shot at least. Oh, I'm scoping myself every time. Now when you watch a movie like Gemini Man, you see Will Smith take a shot 2 miles away with just a bipod and holding his hand up to his shoulder. I am replicating a similar type shot. Look at that little bit of shake just right here at 100 yards at 2 miles. I don't think Will Smith could make that shot at a moving bullet train. But anyway. Yeah, I was shaking low on that one. I don't see that one. 1, 2, 3, and 4. All right, 5th shot. Hopefully that one was in the black circle, but I do not see it. This is the Hornady Match 140 grain ELD. Hey look, it's raining and I'm staying for the most part dry. Okay, so now we're going to go for middle row, 1 up. And that is high right. That's okay, we're not zeroing, we're just grouping. Scope myself. For the most part, those are all stacked right on top of each other. All right, this group will be done with the Federal Gold Medal Sierra Match King 140 grain. Center target, third one from the bottom. All right, this will be our last set of 5 out of the Savage 110 Elite Precision. This will be 6 Hour Marksman Elite. This is 140 grain OTMs. Now, I'm also going to make a small adjustment of a 1/2 mil to the left. And we'll be shooting at the top center target. Okay, at the very bottom of the circle. Same area. Ooh, I pulled that one up high. I don't know what I did. I'm excited to see those groups with a ruler, as well as get some comparisons between this and the Ruger. We've already grouped several of the same ammo with this rifle as we did today over at the Upper Nisqually Sportsman's Club. So today we're just going to shoot the 6 Hour Elite and the Federal Gold Medal. We're going to keep them in the same target location. This one will be far left, and 6 Hour was the last one we shot with the Savage, so we'll put this in the top left corner. I've scoped myself twice in a row now. These are probably going to fog up. Indeed, they are fogged up. So now I'm moving my sight picture by bringing my head back just a little bit. I don't know why I keep lifting my head all the way up. All right, last up again is the Federal Gold Medal Sierra Match King. This will be the final 5 shots for the day. Far left, second from the top. I'm actually gonna go left a 1/2 mil. All right, well that does it for out here. I'm gonna go grab the target. I'm gonna clean up all the stuff here, tear down the tarp. Oops, starting to rain again a little bit. And then we'll go over the target when we get back to the house. All right, preppers and procrastinators, we're back in the house. We're gonna do the data analysis of our shot groups today. First, I wanna thank you for hanging out with me again today. I always enjoy getting out and going shooting. Hopefully you guys enjoy hanging out and doing the same. I know we're not out there together, but this is the next best thing until we can, right? So I have my handy dandy micrometer today. I measured out these groups from outer edge to outer edge of the bullet groups, and then we're going to subtract 0.264 inches from each of the groups to account for the 6.5 millimeter Creedmoor. So the first group that I shot today with the Savage was the Hornady 120 grain ELDs. I shot a 1.451 group with those. This is the first group I shot today, and I did it only bracing with my hand at my shoulder and not with a support bag in the rear. And it was the only group I shot that way, so that probably factors into this group. The second group I had today was with the Hornady ELD 140 grain. And this was an extremely tight group, except for one shot that I pulled, leaving us at 1.088. But the other 4 bullets were stacked, all touching each other. If you remove that one pulled shot, it was a .269 4-shot group. I have no doubt that that pulled shot was my fault, not the gun's fault, which means theoretically the gun could shoot very near a quarter MOA. The third group today was the Federal Gold Medal Sierra Match King 140 grain. This was the tightest group of the day at .763 inches. And again, I had one pulled shot. If I could have somehow pulled that pulled shot back in the middle of the group, it would have been a .409 inch group. But as it stands, I have to count all 5 shots, and that's .763 inches at 100 yards. The fourth and final group today with the Savage 110 Elite Precision was the Sig Sauer Marksman Elite 140 grain OTM. Again, 4 shots, nice and tight, 1 shot pulled, resulting in a 1.503 inch shot group. That one pulled shot doubled the group from very near 3/4 MOA to 1.503 inch. After we put the Savage away, we pulled the Ruger out for 2 more groups. Earlier in the week, we'd shot the Ruger with the Hornady 120 and 140 grain, resulting in a 1.284 group with 120 grain ELD and a .588 group with the Hornady Match 140 grain ELD. That is my best ever group. All 5 rounds nearly touching each other for just about a .6 MOA. Both groups with the Hornady out of the Ruger were similar to the Savage. The 120 grain was a wider group on both rifles, and the 140 grain had nice tight groups, minus that one that I pulled on the Savage. And the 2 shot groups we did today are similar in that regard. The Sig Sauer Marksman Elite shot a 1.039 inch group, as opposed to a 1.503 inch group in the Savage. And the Federal Gold Medal Sierra Match King shot a .790 inch group, which was extremely close to the Savage .763. So the Hornady ELD 140 grain has the smallest group in the Ruger Precision rifle, or any rifle that I have ever shot, at .588. And the Federal Gold Medal Sierra Match King 140 grain has the tightest group in the Savage 110 at .763. So in both rifles, we have several groups that are right at 1 MOA or less, down to a .6 MOA, and a couple of groups that are closer to 1.5 MOA. If you put a more consistent and experienced shooter behind either one of these rifles, I think you would have extremely consistent sub-MOA groups, even at 1/4 and 1/2 MOA oftentimes with the right ammunition. So this is a really fun test. I enjoyed shooting both of these rifles. I'm happier with the Ruger, even as a less expensive rifle, which is not to say that the Savage is not a good rifle. The Ruger just beats it in a couple small areas. In the next set of videos, we're going to start mapping our shots out to longer distance. So we'll pick our top contender from the ammunition that we fired, confirm our 0 in both rifles, and then we'll start working our way out to 200, 300, 400, 500 yards and beyond. The shooting range that I'm a member of has a 550 yard range where I can do controlled shooting. Outside of that, I still need to find a consistent place where I can shoot out to 1,000 yards or beyond. The 12-hour drive to visit my property down in Nevada is just not conducive to a weekly video. But as we get more consistent with our 500 yard and below shots, we'll take it down to Nevada and go to 1,000 and beyond. Again, preppers and procrastinators, thanks for hanging out to the end of the video. All of your support is truly appreciated, and we'll see you on the next video. In the meantime, get off your butt and go practice some skills.